So I built a vault on my world, and it took way longer than I needed to, but thanks to my friends pushing me, forcing me to edit this video, I finally made it, so please enjoy. So in the last episode, we built this giant gold farm, and that's actually going to be really useful for today's episode. In today's episode, we're going to build a giant vault. It's going to be using all of the ores I can find in my world, and I'm going to need to spend a lot of time on this. So the first thing I need to do is actually build my vault, and to do that, we need to find a good area. So I think right here looks good. It's just the mountain that's right next to my base, and I could really just dig it out and then just make my own area. We're going to need some terracotta and some concrete, so we could actually build the inside of the vault. I think we're going to get some white concrete and some cyan terracotta to make a black and gray type of vault, kind of like stuff that Mumbo Jumbo does with his vaults and shit. Turns out we do not have enough terracotta or concrete, so we're gonna need more of that. We're just gonna grab some sand. Alright, we're gonna start the machine. I'm gonna break this, replace it with white powdered concrete, enable it, enable this one, and then we go in, and that should be enough. Yeah, we're getting lots of concrete now. Alright, sick. Alright, I'm AFK for a bit. So now we're turning it to actual concrete. So now we're using the automatic concrete shit and turning it to actual concrete. Alright, so after doing that for a while, we should have quite enough. Alright, now that we have the concrete, we're gonna go get some terracotta. Luckily, I have a portal that goes to a Badlands biome. Although not as much as I hoped for, I did mine quite a bit of terracotta. We probably won't be needing much anyway for the vault, so now we can actually get started on digging out the vault. Just cleaning out the area a little bit so it looks a bit cleaner from the outside. So we're gonna start digging out the entrance. I have an idea. I want to build a redstone door here where it just opens up. I found it on Reddit many months ago, so I hope that'll actually look good for an entrance. So I want to build this pretty big. Although the entrance, before I build that, it's going to be a bit tiny. I'm building a haste 2 beacon so I don't have to worry too much about spending all my time trying to dig out the area. So now we can insta-mine the blocks and we can dig it out much easier now. Alright, so I dug out the entrance. So now we're going to build what I imagine is like a balcony, which is going to see from above the actual vault. So right here is going to be the balcony with light stained glass here. And down here is going to be the actual vault, where you can see a beacon, kind of like this one, going all the way up. And you'll be seeing all the ores and shit just towering up. I'm planning to have at least one of every ore, like at least one. And I'm going to have to mine a lot for diamond and lapis. I already have a lot of gold, iron, and emerald, because those are the easiest ores to get, considering you have villagers, iron farms, and gold farms, which I made in the last episode. So I'm planning to make this not too big, so I don't want to waste all of my time just farming AFK, because I like playing the actual game, surprising enough. Yeah, I'm planning to make the room about 19 blocks long. My tools are a bit low, so I might have to recharge them soon, but this is what I have so far. Balcony's gonna go along here, and down here I'm gonna dig out a bit further below. I'm gonna have ladders at each corner so you can go down, and you're gonna be able to go here. There will be lots of light and an ores here towering up. That is my plan. Thinking about also covering the walls with some sea lanterns. The top layer of the room is almost done. After this I need to dig down about 10 blocks. I think 10 blocks is enough. I just want to make it deep enough so it's not too steep, but you know, it's deep down enough where it's like you can tell you're at an elevated level. Alright, top layer is complete now. We just have to dig it down. Now that I've dug down how far I wanted to go, I decided that I want to dig under the balcony. So the inside of the balcony is going to be all white, while the edge of the balcony is actually just going to be black. So this is what I mean. This is going to be the inside, while this is going to be the outside, and down here is going to be where the vault actually is. So now I want to find the middle of this room so I can actually understand where I want to place my beacon later. So after clearing out all the things at the bottom, I decided to make a little stage in the middle. This is where I'll be putting my beacon, and here I want to dig one layer below this and add light and then put glass above it. And I'm thinking I'll either put normal glass or white stained glass, most likely white stained glass because I like the way it looks with the white concrete and the gray terracotta. And up here, I'm working with a design with the terracotta, which just goes in layers. And behind this, I'll be adding white concrete. So currently, this is what I have so far. And I'm really liking the design I have here. So during the middle of this, you will have these white blocks here. But near the ends of the rooms, you'll have these here connecting them to the wall. And down here, I already said what my plan was, which was to have glass on the top and then have lighting on the bottom. I also have another plan, which, you know, in random blocks in the walls, I will have a sea lantern there just to light it up. So right now we're more than halfway done with the blocks. I'm also thinking of replacing the white concrete down there with sea lantern so it actually lights up the area around it. Overall, there's not much left of the vault itself. I just need to get the ores after. So we finished the black pillars of the build, but now we just need to build the white concrete inside of the pillars. This is probably going to be the longest one because of the roof, and I need to build more platforms at the top. After this though, the easiest part of the build comes, which is just the glass, and I also need to get a bunch of lighting materials such as sea lanterns, torches, those end beams. I mean, I might use the end beams. They may look cool. After building the vault though, we're gonna have to grind for a lot of materials. For now, I just have to dig out all these areas above. After making some bridges, we finally dug out all this, so now I just have to replace them. So now I just have to replace it with white concrete. So we finished the white roof, so now we just have to break the walls. And then after that, I'm pretty sure all I have to do now is just glass and just put the ores there. So finally we finished the walls, so this is what we have so far. All that's left is glass here, beacon here. So apparently, backstory to this, I went into the end. I was like, I don't even remember why I went to the end, but I go to the end and I forgot to turn off the machine. So apparently, if you leave the machine on for too long, if you go to the end, it just builds up, and I forgot about that. So now, this is footage that I left for 10 hours, by the way, 30 gigabytes, and now I'm just stuck like this for the entire night. I was gonna record these entire night, and then my fucking system's like, nah, you can't handle this, and then I'm stuck like this. Alright, we made the glass and I smelted it, so now we could finally actually like cover everything in glass. And I'm thinking about, actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna dig out this. I want to dig this out under, and then I could put lights under it, so then it lights up the area where the ores would be. So now that this is dug out, we need to get those end light things that are like kind of like poles, and then put them under these blocks. So all along here, I'm going to be placing these poles, and it's going to light up the floor below, hopefully. So this is the design I came up with. It's just like, you know, it goes into corners. You know, I think it looks good. There's also these under, which light up that. I decided to put this one down, but I wanted to keep a stone because I wanted to keep the aesthetic that we're underground. And also added a chandelier type thing up there. I'm also going to be putting sea lanterns on every few blocks here. So now we're just going to cover it with glass, and then that should be done for the floor. So in the end, this is the result I came up with. Everything's placed down. I have all the lights. I have the ladders going back up. I have chandelier. I have all the lights down below, placed with glass. Now all that's left really is that I wanted a redstone door here because it's a vault and it's supposed to be safe. So I wanted a huge redstone door here, and I still need to place all the ores in here. And those are the two tasks I am remaining to do. So the first one I'm gonna do is the redstone door, obviously because, you know, I want to make it look good and everything before I place all the ores inside. So on this build, I'm gonna place these 3 blocks here. This is gonna be the doorway. I'm not really sure where I'm not sure how I'm gonna fit this, because this is a very tight gapway, but I think I could figure it out. So I finished the door, and now all I need to do is have a redstone current that takes the lever down here, because if I keep it up here, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to open a door and close every time. So I'm trying not to have that, considering this is an actual vault. Okay, so I'm testing the thing, right? And I'm like, oh, it works. That's crazy. So then I flip the lever. I'm like, wait a minute. I need to build it one more down. So now I have to destroy everything and rebuild it. So I finished the door, but now I just need to decorate this part because this looks like a pretty boring vault from the outside. I'm most likely going to do the same pattern I did inside. And if anything, I'm not going to do like this where it just like exceeds outside. I'm just gonna do a thing where it goes black, white, and then all the way here. Alright, so I finished the interior. I even added this iron block for the lever, made the door iron, and now the vault is complete. All that's left now is to put the actual like valuables in it. Not to mention, I also want to move this beacon inside there. Here, actually, I'll do that right now. I want to move the beacon inside there and do a bit of terraforming because the outside hill is pretty gross. Okay, now that I broke that, I don't think I could fit the entire beacon in here, but I can fit a portion. I will have to remove the chandelier that was in the middle because I need this to reach the sky. So because it's snowing, I'm going to place a white colored glass pane there because the snow will cover it and it won't do anything to the beacon because I'm pretty sure snow pallets are pretty much transparent to beacons. So this is what it looks like at the moment, and I think it looks pretty good. So there are only two things left in this build. One is placing the ores, the other is terraforming outside of the base. I'm gonna be using mostly iron, gold, and coal since this is the most I have in ores, and a little bit of diamond since I don't really use that much diamond. All of my tools are repairable, so there's no need for me to do that anyway. I'm a little bit low on gold, so I'm gonna have to AFK at my gold farm that I made in the last episode. But for now, we're just gonna place all these ores down. So this is what it looks like with most of the blocks placed down. And honestly, I like how it is so far, although I do wish I had more diamonds at the time. But I do have a plan for a later episode where I will be able to put more stuff in here than what I have right now. So here we are at my gold farm, and I'm gonna be needing this farm to get all the gold blocks for my vault. So I'm gonna AFK here for a bit and just see how much I can get. So I AFK'd for a bit. I honestly won't get that much gold from this. However, I will have enough gold to cover up what I wanted to in the vault. So that's basically all I wanted anyway. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of the things filled up. So yeah, I should have a lot of gold. So after only a few hours of grinding, I got about 1/3 of the shulker box of gold, which is incredibly good. I mean, I kind of expected it because every chest was pretty full, but so now we just have to place down the gold, and that should be the end of this. So after tinkering with the gold, I mean, I still have a lot of it left. This is the hill I came up with. Doesn't look very natural, but really, what can I do? But overall, yeah, I think this is a very good build. I think the outside looks very ominous. You have the redstone door here. You have the beacon in the middle, you have the interior design, you have the lights, and you have the ores. And honestly, I think my build is complete. My last video was a bit of an experiment with the editing because I just wanted to see what I'm more used to. And honestly, I'm more used to this type of commentary style. So if you like this video, please be sure to subscribe. I'll be doing more like this in the future, and I'll see y'all later.